Hi there, my name is Chris and welcome back to my channel where tonight I'll be talking about 90 Day Fiancé Season 8. This is episode 15, Love Me or Leave Me. If I had a nickel every time I had to say that. And I'm single, so a lot of nickels, but not a lot of dimes. This was an interesting episode because I feel like this episode marked where I could see the COVID rules had gone into effect when it came to filming. People are holding their phones, their own phones, and having to look into the phone and react, which is, that's a next level of emoter and performer. This YouTube vlog life isn't for everyone, and if I had signed up for a docuseries, that's one thing. And I think that if production could have put a little more money into it and then sort of made their homes and cars into Big Brother-esque fortresses of cameras, yes, that would be time consuming to go through all that footage. But I mean, at the same time, we would have gotten obviously better footage, and it sort of takes away some of the believability to have the subjects of a docuseries filming themselves. Desperate times, desperate measures. But I just kept thinking about that. Of just like, even with the Big Brother cameras, if you have one of them fancy Facebook portal cameras, that shit tracks. It's not hard. But let's get into this episode. First couple is Yara and Jovi. Okay, for no reason whatsoever, this is what has happened to Yara, okay, who I identify with. You know I love me some Yara. So they're in the car, honey, and they're on the way to Vegas. Quick bypass, they fly what looks like into LA and then drive to Vegas, okay? One of the stops that I know is Peggy Sue's Diner, honey. Like, there's some weird stops, like in Baker and Bakersfield and all that stuff. Like, there's a crazy-ass thermometer, and there's some big-ass dinosaur, and there's, like, alien jerky, and there's, like, a Mad Greek place. If you go to the Mad Greek place, don't get the falafel. It's hard as rocks. I guess get the gyro, which is what they're known for, but I went there as a vegetarian. Big no. But one of the places, like, is Peggy Sue's Diner, and it's just, yeah, like, a diner, you know, with, like, rich history, diner food, you know, and they don't eat there, which I don't know why, because Peggy would have brought Yara in with open arms. I think that Yara would have really enjoyed some hash browns. Well done. But what happens is she kind of walks around this like godforsaken place, honey, this rest stop, if you will, and she feels alone. Alone, except for the baby inside her. This place looks crazy, and I get it. Also, the other thing is Jovi has invited everyone. We had to like beg Yara to invite Jovi's mom. And then once that happened, Jovi was like, oh great, everyone. Like his weird ass friends that don't even think that he deserves to get married or that he'll stay in the marriage are there. All driving in the car. By the way, Yara's in the back seat, pregnant. I clocked that. Ugh. Made that drive so many times. And they pull in, they're like, okay, you guys get in your rooms and we'll meet in the lobby. We're gonna do it. Yara's had to contend with some crazy prenup conversation, and these assholes that think that like Jovi is not marriage material, which she's not, but also that like this isn't gonna last, which it's not. But at the same time, it's like she's had it. What she says to Jovi in this room makes sense. This feels like your birthday, where it's all celebrating Jovi at all times. Jovi's having a Jovi ass blast. Time here, honey. While Yara, never. You have to start thinking about me. This is our wedding. He gets it. So he's like, okay, we won't go party with them. We all are happy about this because I get it in this sense. I do love the first moments when you go into Vegas. There is a decadent sin that comes over you, like seeps in through the crazy ass carpet the minute your foot touches a casino floor, where it's like this pulsing and all you want to do is spend money, throw money at them, and drink, and eat, drink. And if you smoke cigarettes or whatever you smoke. I mean, whatever. It's everything's legal now in Vegas. I mean, it's just like, for someone who wants to do any of that, and Jovi loves to drink, the fact that he seems to understand Yara in this moment and isn't already drunk by the time they get to the hotel room, that in it of itself is a great sign. So moving on. Okay, Natalie and Mike. So this is where Natalie having to do her own camera work, I think, was detrimental, because yes, it's in her face and everything, but at the same time, it's just like, how do we believe you? How do we believe you? Like, no, I cannot. No. Now that I'm not Yara anymore, honey, bye-bye jacket. Very cumbersome. Like, how do you even move? You know, just to keep yourself like this. Like, maybe it's like a way of like keeping yourself like real, like femme and like not even like agile in any way, honey. Just like, I'm here. Sozies. Bo's helping her like take her luggage out, honey. Bo's so happy. Bo's like, I'm getting my bedroom back. I'm getting my life back. Like, couldn't get her in fast enough. Bo was like trying so hard to be so sweet. He's like, Natalie, well, great job coming here and kicking me out. So, but good luck with everything. Like, keep in touch. And I was like, no, Bo. No, I cannot say that. No, I wish you the best, but no, I will not keep in touch. No KIT with Natalie. Natalie will not KIT. Forget about Natalie, and Natalie forget about you, Bo. And your birthday ball that just happened. Your birthday ball. But I'm sorry if I was mean to you by kicking you out, boy. I'm sorry about that. At this point, Bo, I wish I had got in relationship with you. I think you're better. I think you're smarter. No, I do. So Mike comes out, he like films Mike. Mike's like, can we talk? She's like, no, Mike! She gets in the car. Tamara has to drive her, honey. Okay, so this is where it gets bananas, okay? And I honestly like don't even know what to tell you. It's so crazy. So they get in the car. She's like, Mike, I cannot talk to you. Tamara, please go, please go. Like she's trying to talk. She's like, can you believe he did this to me? He gets to stay. Meanwhile, I'm going to have to move. I have to travel. I might get the coronavirus. It's not fair. And like the plan for Natalie is that she is tomorrow going to go into a hotel this night because for some reason they can't stay at Tamara's or whatever. She doesn't want to stay at Mike's. And then from there the next morning, hop on a plane to Paris. And then from there, like take maybe a train. I'm not quite sure. She doesn't know either. We don't know. Mike set up the plane ticket and he set up this room, okay? So, but at the same time, he then get a text. He texts Tamara, who's driving her, has to deal with this camera in her face, honey, this crazy-ass banshee next to her, honey, her, like, hair wisping on the side of her, and, like, a long drive through the woods. She gets this text, honey, she does not have, like, Apple CarPlay. She has to look down. It's probably very dangerous, okay? And Mike's like, oh, I forgot to give you guys the credit card. So then she has to turn around this truck, ready, and drive back. And, like, Natalie, it's like going in, like, a horror film. Like, it's so scary. I'm like, why would you do this? This is so shitty or whatever. And so Natalie, I guess, just has not a dime, like not a dime and no money or can't spend it or whatever, just doesn't have anything. This is gonna, I guess, come into play because they go back to Mike's house and you really in this camera footage see Mike's exterior of his home, which is mishmash. I wouldn't say it has good curb appeal. I'm just saying if it was like someone who watches a lot of HD TV. Mike comes out and he's like, Natalie, can I have the ring back? And she's like, no, I want to keep it, Mike. I want to keep it. I want to remember what you did to me on my wedding day. I think I deserve that, Mike, so no. Whereas like last time I threw a ring at you. I threw it. I don't. No. It stays on my finger now, bitch. Plus, I have no money. So then he's like, why? Why do you deserve it? She's like, for the pain and suffering you put me through. What? And he's like, that's my mother's ring. You're just going to sell it. And she's like, no, I won't. And then he's like, so you're really going to keep the ring? Yes, Michael, yes. Natalie, can we go outside and talk? No, I see what you're doing, you stupid. No, I already told you you're dumb. I'm not dumb, not like you. No. And he's like, can I have the ring back, Natalie? She's like, leave Tamara, leave this asshole. Like, no, why do you do this to me, Mike? And they Speedy Gonzalez out there. Now, this is bananas and crazy. I guess in the future episode, they get to the hotel and guess what? The credit card isn't enough for some reason. Not enough. For some reason, the hotel chain needs to see Mike in the flesh. And then we see footage of them driving back to Mike's. Natalie, why do you not have a little something so you don't have to go back? I mean, like, this man did this, you don't go back. Why would you go back? And the fact that she goes back is like, I cannot believe this. Not 1%, honey, but I do. Natalie is doing a lot of camera work. I hope they gave them bumps for this. Whatever you're gonna say about Natalie, honey, this whole episode is her footage. I just want to know, like, of course, what happened. Like, you don't get any sort of a confessional from Mike, and all she says is Mike is weak, and it's like, yeah, we know, and we can't find out, like, exactly how this happened. Like, Mike is weak. Man, honey, we need some strong men in this world. Brandon and Julia. Okay, so again, Ron and Betty are camera people, and Ron and Betty have been told by the producers to go have a talk, and so, like, they have to have a talk, and we have to also watch, like, a Betty's barbershop blues, honey, where she's giving Ron a haircut, she's like gonna trim the dogs, honey. She uses the same shears. honey. Betty is so happy because she has not wanted their wedding to be on Mother's Day, her day, the goddess's day. Hail Betty's day, okay? And now because of coronavirus, Betty and Ron are so excited to have this conversation. It's like, well, we needed to have you guys sit down, and they're filming, and they're like, guess what? We have to do this as fast as possible. Oh no. Betty has poured herself a Stephanie-sized glass of wine to have this talk. She's so excited. So then Julie and Brandon are like, yeah, I guess we got to do it now, right now, because we don't want to get involved in any sort of like drama if they like make it harder for the visas to get passed or whatever. And Julia feels bad because of course she wants all of her church wedding business and her beautiful dress, and Brandon feels, oh, just nothing, because he never feels anything at all, honey. That one is unreactive. Ron is really coming in very hard sometimes. Ron, like in this back and forth, is like, question is, do you want to take chances? It's very Vin Diesel, honey. I was like, oh, Ron. It's like the most like alpha moment I had with Ron. Oh shit, Ron. Okay. No? Maybe. No. So then Julia's like, I have to get a dress. She keeps talking about it, but he's like, I'll see you a dress. Let's go to dress. Let's me high. And I also am like, didn't they just buy that dress? But I don't know. They didn't buy the dress that we liked. Remember the dress? It was dress number 1. Whatever. God bless. I'm not quite sure. God, dress. So then Betty's like, well, you can always wear one of my dresses. Betty's ideal situation is to watch Julia repeat Betty's life with her son. And at one point she'll be like, now I want to see Brandon inside you. You wear my dress, have my farm. Now I want to see Brandon inside you. Just like he was inside me. Ron, don't worry, your turn's coming up. Zack and Rebecca. Rebecca makes her life hard, and now I understand why it can be tough to be in Rebecca's life. Energetically, it can take a toll on you because she's never going to listen to you and do things where you're like, that is dumb, don't do it. For instance, she's overworked. She hasn't even moved into her apartment yet. It's coronavirus, okay? She's in love with someone, has been in love with that person, and that person just like has this thing, and he's like, can we get married now? She's like, yeah, let's get married now, whatever, God bless. After that whole situation, it's just like, let's just do it and move on. Like, don't make this a hard thing. Don't make this a lot of work for you, Rebecca, because it's like you can't deal with that work right now. You're like an emotional, fragile being. We understand this. However, for some reason, Rebecca's like, no, we gotta do a huge thing in coronavirus. So she's like, guess what? The good news is that weird cottage place that I showed 2 episodes ago is open. So it's like, okay, well, obviously. And then as we're driving to the wedding that she's now put together in 2 days, she's exhausted. She has chicken grease on her, honey, and Zayed's there. Zayed doesn't have pants for some reason and like wants red pants. He has like a blue jacket or whatever. And then so their option is to go to Target. Okay, and they go in, honey, like, don't worry, no mask. Okay, Rebecca. So then they like are looking for pants in Target for the wedding or whatever. They go up to a Target employee who's masked and they're like, excuse me, we have to try on these pants. And the Target employee is like, ma'am, there's a pandemic happening. So no, like those are clothes. We're not having people try on things and then having to touch all the things that people tried on right now. And Rebecca's like, what? No, you don't understand, sir. No, you don't get it. I'm getting married. And that person's like, what Champion or Massimo or whatever men's brand Target pants are you so obsessed with getting? Sometimes you're just gonna have to get good at returning items. That's one thing that happened in COVID is I got good at returning items. But at this situation, Rebecca, just do what you can do. In this card, so Debbie Downer, she's like, I didn't have time to get the cake I needed to bake. Why would you bake a cake right now? Like, that's a stupid thing to put onto yourself. Why aren't you using this weekend to move in? She's just like, the dress doesn't fit. And it's like, okay, well then the dress doesn't fit. Like, this is why you shouldn't be having this right now. You shouldn't be spending money on this stuff. Why are you even spending money on a dress that doesn't fit? Just don't get married right now. It solves all your problems. She gets into her friend Melanie. She's like, my daughter's coming. My son can't even come. And it's like, yeah, because it's a pandemic. And Melanie's like, bitch, you're wearing a shirt that says choose to be happy. Okay, that's literally the shirt you're wearing. And you are choosing to be negative Nancy, Debbie Downer, and literally like an absolute toxic waste dump right now. You're marrying the person that you are obsessed with, woman. You're obsessed with this person, okay? Just be happy. And Rebecca's like, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I lost my ring. Tariq and Hazel. Okay, so Tariq, honey, gives Hazel his wedding gift to her, which is like a little bachelorette party. And Hazel's excited because she goes to this fancy hotel and it's some girl named Michelle that she met on the internet but never in real life. Michelle is interesting looking. and Tariq's friends, Kia and Angela. We know we love Angela. So they're all in this like suite, honey, and knock, knocky, knock, knock. Guess what? COVID stripper. Oh my God. And it's like interesting to see like, oh, what would a COVID stripper look like? Don't worry, she's masked. We know that probably production gave her a test or two. They had to, right? But Hazel comes out of that shell. I mean, Hazel is like talking with expression, with color. She's so happy. She is giggly and excited, and there's a twinkle and brightness to her eye. At one point, she's looking at this stripper with her incredible butt like it was a filet mignon hamburger, honey. I mean, she just, Hazel loved it. That's Hazel's type. Hazel's like, I want that butt. We're like, yeah, no, I get it. I want that butt too. Hazel is just over the moon. At one point, Hazel's like, did you see that butt? And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe that you have like any sort of emotion to your voice. It's just that like I haven't heard it ever. Oh, also Hazel came out this episode. This was an interesting come out because it was kind of like negative and then I guess positive at the end, but it's not my coming out situation. At the end of it, I'll tell you that Hazel looked happy. So I guess that's what the most important thing is. I also wondered, was that her little brother hearing all that behind there? On the fields. Amira and Andrew. Okay, so oh my God. In my live, I like missed their segment entirely. I didn't even talk about them. People like talked about it later, like literally everything happened with them. Are you insane? Okay, so after Amira has been in Serbia, what a beautiful land it is, and I've really done some research and it's really gorgeous, and Belgrade is great, and I really want to go someday to a hotel with room service, but that's fine, and I'll do my research, don't worry. So it's now time for Amira to get her stuff, honey, and get on the plane to America. But Andrew picks a fight with her and is basically like, I'm sending you a ticket back to Paris. You choose. And is really mean to her and really baiting, and basically she doesn't get on the plane. And he is forced to confront the situation that he didn't play that well at all. I feel bad for Amira. She had a panic attack having to think about this in the airport, being like, what the hell do I do? What am I doing? And in my wildest dreams, and of course this can happen, especially in COVID, of course I wanted her friend Xavier to like show up, be like, don't go, Amira. Come back to Paris. I will take care of you there. I will buy you all the makeup. All the Fenty highlighter you could want. Amira, please. And then Amira does. Ugh, Stephanie. So Harris has now done his duty, honey, and it's time for him to go. And he is packing. And I mean, just like a mom would send someone off on their first day. She's like, Harris, do you have all your things, Harris? Harris, I put some snacks in that little pocket and a little note so that when you get it, you remember Mommy Stephanie loves you. Is your cell phone charged so I can check in on you 1,000,000,000 times a day? He has a backpack and stuffing things into a hefty. I hope it's a hefty, like with the diamond grid lock. The diamond grid makes it really super strong, if you know what I'm talking about. It's like a pattern imprinted for some reason on the plastic. It makes it stronger. I don't know why. Then Stephanie's like, let me give you a little something to say for more snacks. More snacks. And then she takes another bedazzled purse that is in the shape of $100. $100 bill. Bedazzled purse. Opens it. It's where she keeps her real $100 bills. In this episode, I have horror when it comes to some of the ways in which women are traveling abroad. Let me tell you, I've had a hard time with this Natalie, right? Because I'm like, why after this man has done this to you, why are you so in need of him to buy you a hotel room? Is it not that you didn't come to America with like $2,000 in a checking account, with a visa, with some sort of logo and a card that will allow you to make purchases in case anything happens? Did not anyone in your life, Natalie, tell you to like look into that? I don't know what should have been in your checking account, some sort of money. And I know it might be a privilege to have some, but Natalie, you kept talking about your IQ and your class. And then with Stephanie, you're like, bitch, don't keep your money in a bedazzled money bag. You have a bunch of hundos, which is great. I'm glad you're traveling with cash. Seems like an excessive amount in the worst place possible to put them? Are you just like, come and steal from me? Please steal and kill me from my body in the water and take all my money. I have $1,000 worth of watches. I keep talking about it. I'm Stephanie. I'm always drunk, so I basically could be had anytime. Here's my money in a bedazzled purse. Ryan has never seen, Harris. Harris hadn't seen one of them new fancy, like, holographic, like, pretty $100 bills. So he's like, is this real money? And feels like you just gave me like a bunch of Monopoly money, bitch. Like, what is this? Stephanie knows that Harris has like a whole family and a woman, and she's not happy about Harris's life. That Harris is like, what life? My life is now you, Stephanie. Like, take me to Michigan. I don't care about this like beautiful beach and like climb a coconut tree and get a fresh coconut. I'll be happy in Michigan at the Skin Envy spas being one of your new receptionists. Stephanie also can kind of sense that Harris will say whatever it takes to get to Michigan. Like, she confronts him being like, Harris, sometimes you just answer too fast. He's like, well, yeah, bitch, I'm coming for that ass. And we end this episode, honey, with Stephanie and the margarita. Like, it's the end of her vacation, honey. It was an interesting, sort of boring episode. I'm just excited for the next episode, mostly, where I think more things happen. Like, obviously, some sort of resolve to the Mike and Natalie thing, as well as if it's Rebecca's wedding day, I think she's going to take a shower, which I'm excited to see, like a freshened Rebecca. Rebecca has had a lot of oily hair this season. Now, I have oily hair, and I recommend Chlorane Dry Shampoo. Now, this is not a sponsored video, however, I wish it was. And I honestly get my 2-pack, if I can, from Costco. If you need another one, I think the Living Proof also is a really good dry shampoo. I go through dry shampoo like nobody's business, unless it's the dry shampoo business, in which case, you got me. I'll be a client of yours for life. Thank you so much for spending some time with me watching this recap. If you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe to this channel, which is my channel, and share this video if you want. Comment on this video. I love reading your comments. Mostly the good ones, of course. The bad ones, I hate reading them. Really hate it. Don't do that to me. I'm kidding. I can handle it, I guess. No, mostly I delete the real bad ones. Anyway, so other than that, I'm having fun on social medias. I'm Chris L. Farah on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm playing on Clubhouse, and I'm doing a fun pop culture show with Wah on her channel, Just Call Me Wah, and I got to be on Kate Casey's podcast last week, which was so fun. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, you can join my private Facebook group, Vanity Farah. Other than that, I mean, honey, she's just living life. She's moving through it. She's starting her spring cleaning. She's going to do her baby feet acid peel thing for your feet. So that's what's happening. All right, my loves, take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Bye.